Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Dee, and today we are going to be taking the DIY pattern paper that we made last week and turn it into a birthday card. So let's get the camera turned around and we'll meet you in a minute or a second. Okay guys, here we go. We, like I said, are going to be making a birthday card, and what I would like to do is try to make it a shaker card. It'll be kind of maybe a flatter shaker card than what I'm used to doing, but let's give it a shot. Okay, so last week we did this do-it-yourself pattern paper, and I had a bunch of little tiny stamps that I hardly ever use, so it was like the perfect opportunity to try to make our own pattern paper. So that's what we did there, and I made more than one panel. This might not be the exact one that I did on camera, but it's one of them that I made with that technique. And here's our card base. Have my Handcrafted with Love by stamp already on there, and now we have some other components to this card. And like I said, I would like to make this into a shaker card. So I'm going to bring in some things here. Let's see if the camera's getting everything. Nope. It is not. Let's slide it down so you can see better. Okay. Now, I took two oval dies and taped them together, as you can see. And I made some basically frames that we're going to use to help contain the shaker bits that are going to be part of the card. And I've glued 3 layers together. And admittedly, this was fairly lightweight cardstock, this red cardstock. And so I have one more to glue. So let's get this glue going. And we'll just make a 4th layer, and hopefully that will be good enough. Okay, glue. Oh, this, if you've been following me for a while, you know my love-hate relationship with the glue that's in here that I love, and the the bottle that I'm not loving. Okay, come on. You know what? Pause. Okay, when this happens, I have this little kind of a thick pin, like that would come with a corsage or something, and I am going to try to get some of that excess glue out of the nozzle and give it another go. All right, so let's do this. Oh, yes, 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 that's all it needed. So let's get this last little bit framed together, and then we'll use it to help contain the shaker bits. Okay. Let's get I think I might have reversed. It should have been maybe this top layer going the other direction, but I think it'll be all right. I didn't get it quite, if you see kind of here. Whoop. See the layers, they're not quite put together exactly. So, oh well. We're not going to worry about that. Let me put that pin back. Okay, now, I'm sure some of you have made shakers. Maybe all of you have made shakers before. And I'm going to get some of this dust and yucky stuff that's on my acetate off camera, or before I started filming, actually. I took, okay, now I want to show you something. I took this Waffle Flower nesting ovals die set, and that's what I used to make the frame by taping 2 together. And then I also used one to cut out an aperture in my card blank here. Basically, this is a panel, just kind of a lightweight panel. It's definitely not 120-pound cardstock, maybe more 100-pound. So anyway, we're going to use this as, of course, the top layer of our shaker card. But what I wanted to show you was you can take a microfiber cloth, and if any dust or something, maybe a fingerprint, gets on the acetate that you can see I glued on here with just my regular, what you call quick grab glue. It's the art glitter glue. And so that is all adhered now. So all I have to do is put the layers together and we'll have a birthday card. Okay, now for the frame, like I said, I took 2 layers of the oval dies, and I wanted to make a frame big enough or thick enough, wide enough, I should say, so that it would be able to layer back here and not be seen, and then we would keep the little bits in there. Okay, now I think what I'll do is I'm just going to glue this here now, because it will take beans I'm going to be gluing onto the acetate that's here. And by the way, just so you know, the acetate is basically almost the width of the card panel in front, but obviously you don't want it to go beyond the edges of the card panel. So, you know, you can make it as big or as small as you want as long as it's covering the aperture. Okay, so let's get this on here. Now this art glitter glue is pretty strong, so we're going to trust that it's going to stay put. And I'm going to put plenty of glue here. And we're just going to glue this over here. And I'm going to try to even it out as much as possible. Okay. Now, I think what I'll do is I have a couple of acrylic blocks that I'll just press on here. Actually, this is, you know, just a little extra weight that I'll use to kind of get it to stick to the acetate, because gluing acetate is a type of plastic, of course, and so it's going to take a little bit more time for the glue to dry and adhere. Okay. So let's maybe move this down a little, and then we'll do the other side too, and then we'll just kind of set it off to the side for a second while we do the next thing. Okay. Okay, now, like I said, I'm going to set this aside for a second, and we'll get back to it. Okay. I have my card base, and it is an A2 card base, 5.5 by 4 1/4, and my pattern paper is 1/4 inch shorter length and width-wise, okay? So you've got just a little bit of border around the panel, and that means this will be able to fit over the card panel, and it will hide the edges, okay? I don't want the edges sticking out. Now, I think before we get started, I have a sentiment, birthday wishes, that the ink matches pretty well with the red in the pattern paper that we made. It might even be the exact same ink, I'm not sure, but if not, it's very close. So we have that, and we're going to put that on the outside. But for the inside, I have this. Oh my goodness, I was afraid of this. This is basically a cheap stamp. Is probably what I think is photopolymer. That's the lesser quality of the clear stamps. You have photopolymer, and I think you have, is it silicone? Anyway, this is the least, it has less quality. So I probably should make sure that's good and stuck. Oh, it's really not wanting to stay, is it? Okay, I think let's try wiping it off with my microfiber cloth. Maybe there's a little buildup of something on there, and maybe it will, we'll just see. Now, I have heard that for, you know, cheaper clear stamps like this, you can wash them with water and dish soap, and then they should kind of come back to their stickiness, but I'm not near my sink right now, and I would not be able to film it if I were. So we're going to see if this goes. Okay, now the other thing I'm going to do, I thought about getting matching ink for the Just For You, but I'm just going to do it in black. Just going to do that. So this is the inside of my card, and we're going to have birthday wishes on the outside, and then I'm going to have the Just For You. Oh, look, it did. The wiping off with the microfiber cloth helped. Good, 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 good. Okay, so we're going to have this kind of like the end of the wishes on the inside. And I have my Alta New Crisp ink in permanent black. That's pretty good ink. Now let's hope I get it straight. I really took a chance not using my Misty for this. And now just a reminder, this is a stamp that does not have bold lines. It has more delicate lines, so we don't want to push too hard. Whew! Because if you press too hard, it can blur the image of the sentiment. So obviously we don't want that. So I remembered not to press too hard, so win. I will clean that off later. So the inside is done for now, okay? Now, let's come back to... I'm going to get my glue out here again. Let's come back to the panel. Oh my goodness, you know what? I keep laying it down, and then I keep getting this dust and little paper, basically paper dust, because this is my workspace when I'm crafting, when I'm making cards. So let's glue this down first. Okay, this is our background, our card panel that we made last week. Come on, glue, don't do this to me again. Okay, let's just get that pin out, and I'll just try it again. If you know the backstory about my glue bottles, I'm sorry you'll have to listen to this again. But for those of you who are not familiar with my story here, I bought a set of these disposable glue bottles that I use to kind of decant my art glitter glue in, and I couldn't find them. Somehow they got lost in my craft room, and then I ordered a new set, and they did not act the same as the first set. The first set I bought, the nozzle never clogged, even when I didn't cap it for 5 or 10 minutes. And art glitter glue, like with the original bottle that it comes in, you need to cap it right away when you're done, because otherwise it will kind of start to congeal in the nozzle, and then it's hard to get it out. And that's what happened with this second set of disposable bottles, is that it's congealing in here like it would on the art glitter glue bottle, and oh, it's been a hassle. Okay, now we're back to this. This is the underside that we will be gluing to the base. And I also have these seed beads, and I thought we are going to use some seed beads because they give some good rattle, and they're fairly small and flat. So I'm going to kind of just pour out a little, and the colors matched perfectly with the colors I used in the ink. I was just like, oh, this is so cool, such a nice surprise to have it. Okay, you know what? Oh, look at that. Acetate attracts electricity. So be careful if you do them. Okay, let's get some more out. And I might add some sequins. I have my, I doubt you can see this because it's not really in shop, but I have my box of sequins here. And I might add a few, maybe I'll add a few silver ones. And I think that's good because we have to make sure, because this is not an overly thick border. We don't want everything to get all stuck in there because there's no room for it to move. Okay, so and I did bring some glitter over. I thought, I mean, that doesn't take up any room, does it? We're gonna put a little in there. And hopefully my frame border will keep the glitter from escaping the card, because that can happen if you want to use foam tape to make a border around so that it keeps the shaker bits intact. You can have trouble with the what am I trying to say? With the glitter escaping. I've done that too many times, and I thought, I gotta figure out a better way. And hopefully this is a better way. I'm not saying it's gonna be perfect, but hopefully it will be better. I gotta make sure I'm shot. I'm not paying any attention to what my screen looks like on my phone while I'm filming. So if I'm out of shot, I apologize. I was a little rattled earlier today because I had a bone scan done yesterday, and oh my goodness, my little beads are going everywhere. My bones have lost bone, basically. I don't know how else to say it. My bone density is going the wrong direction, and so I got the results today over the phone, and they want me to think about taking medication or getting bone building shots. And honestly, I'm just not sure I want to do this because of possible side effects. And I know a lot of people, okay, let's do a little shake. Ooh, nice. A lot of people have to do this, including my mom. And I come from a family of petite people. Now, I don't weigh a little bit like a petite person. I used to, but I've gained a lot of weight in the last few years, and so I'm not really considered petite in size, but my bones are petite. So that's just, our bone structure is lightweight and petite. So anyway, I kind of was rattled, and I've done some weird things, like not thinking today. Like, for example, my husband was he had finished his lunch when I had come down to eat my own lunch. And so we were talking, and I was getting my lunch out, and I was going to make kind of like a homemade gluten-free pizza with dairy-free cheese. And if you know me, you'll know why I have to do that. Anyway, so I was getting out some green beans too, because I want a veggie with my pizza. And I got my pizza in the toaster oven to bake. And I put my green beans away, and I have my plate out ready to have things heated up. And my husband says, "Aren't you going to heat up any green beans?" And I said, and I looked at my plate, and it's empty. I forgot I ate a few out of the leftover container from the fridge, and I meant to put some more on my plate so I could heat up while the pizza was baking, and I just forgot. And then the next thing, this is just absolutely wacko. The next thing, I check my gluten-free pizza in the toaster oven, and I see there's no cheese. I have my dairy-free cheese to put on. I forgot to put that on. So I had to take it out, add the cheese, and it's been kind of a crazy day. So if I'm making a little goofs here and there, I think I'm a little rattled about my bone density. So I apologize for that. Anyway, okay, we're going to stop talking about the bone density. Okay, now this is a little plain, isn't it? What I think I'll do is I will take a scrap from the frame that we put underneath here to contain the shaker bits, and we'll put a little border around the stamp. So I have to get some scissors and my scrap. Sorry, I had to walk away from the camera. But okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue this on the scrap here, and then I'll cut around it. Okay, let's see. I think this will be, whoop. I think this will be good. Oh, that got glue on the front. That's not good. All right, so let's let that set for a second, and then I will cut it out, basically. I've got 2 decent borders on these 2 edges, so I'm going to eyeball this cutting. I admit I don't always do the best of this. That's why I like using my guillotine cutter. But maybe this will be okay. Okay, I think I did all right. It could be worse. Okay, let's glue this little greeting on here. Now, because it's a shaker card, it's got some things going on, of course, so I should not feel obligated to really decorate the card, like bling it out even more. I mean, I could, but I could just do this. I guess I'm thinking a little bit here. And we're going to do a little shaking, I think. That is just so cool, isn't it? Can you see that? Oh, I like that. So fun. Shaker cards are just so much fun. So much fun. Okay, hang on. I'll be back. Okay, I am just going to decorate it just a little bit. Okay? Now, if you watched my video last week, this is my little tote of all these little red rubber stamps that I hadn't used in years. And so I think I'll just take 1 or 2 of the birthday ones, maybe the candle one. No, we won't do the candle. We'll do the one with hearts and stars. And this is not the ink I used last week, but I think it will work. Oh, I got some glue on there. So we're going to pray that this works. Okay, it looks like I have a good amount of ink there. And I'm just going to stamp like this. Oh, am I in shot? Ooh, nice. Okay, good deal. Let's do this corner. Okay, that could have stamped just a little better, but I think it's okay. Now, I am not going to do this corner because, as we've talked about before, odd numbers of details are more pleasing to the eye than an even number. So if I did this one, I'd have, between all 4 corners, I'd have 4 decorated, and that's an even number. We're going to just stick with the odd number here and do a little shake, shake, shake. Birthday wishes, just for you. Now, thinking back, it might have been better for me to stamp this with the rouge from Catherine Pooler. You know what? You're gonna think I'm crazy. Okay, let me get my wet cloth here. I am going to wipe off the stamp. Oh man, I just made it slide right off. Okay, never fear. We'll get the microfiber cloth. And I think I'm going to do triple stamping on the inside. This might really be a risk. Okay, so let's get this here. Get so you can see me. See what I'm doing? And get that wetness off the table. We do not want the card to get wet. All right. Okay. So I've got my card here, and I have my... Man, I am not doing very well being in shot. I'm sorry. By the way, if any of you watching have experience with like how to build bone density, whether it be through medication or other ways like exercise. Now, I do work out. I work out 5 days a week, and the problem is here. Let's give this a shot. The problem is I have bad knees, which means I cannot walk for long distances, and I absolutely cannot run. So the things that would obviously be beneficial for joints, or not joints, building bone health, I cannot do. That's my issue. So maybe if you have any hints, put them in the comments for me. I'd appreciate that. Okay, now this is what we're doing, and we're just eyeballing this. And remember, don't press too hard because it's a delicate stamp. Whew! That is exactly what I was thinking. Now, I didn't line this up quite as well, but we're going to go with it, okay? The person I'm going to send this to will not care. I think she'll love that it's a shaker. And so, anyway, okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it, comment, share it with a friend. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, because guess what? It's totally free. Okay, I hope to see you next Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Take care, guys. Bye.